we're hanging out on the rooftop, Filipina, California. As we have topics in mind, sometimes we don't always have topics in mind. We just turn on the camera and chat. It's kind of what we do, and we extend it to our viewing audience as well. Our channel is kind of like an extension of us. So if you're not into that, lots of videos on YouTube to watch. If you like, hanging out with us, being an extension of our little friendship kind of thing going on, welcome to our channel. Thanks so much.
There's a little bit sprinkling here.
Yeah, right behind me, there's a sprinkler. Every now and again, we get a little spray of spit.
Yes. It's cool.
From the water.
It's really cool.
But I just had this thought. I have my answer. Just curious about your answer. Like, whenever you face a really, 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 just think of something that maybe one or two instances throughout your life that have been really desperately hard for you. What's the first thing you do?
First thing to do is, I really tell you honestly, is pray.
That was my answer! I wasn't going to tell her. But in my mind, I'm thinking, this is my point. This is what I wanted to talk about. And I didn't mention this to her at all. I just wanted to see what she said. And that was my answer, too!
Yeah.
Because when you go through a really hard time.
When I started working abroad, like, it seems like if I don't pray for a day, like for example, I didn't pray today, it seems like all my days are in the bad situation.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the end of the day, I say, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to pray. That's why my day is really bad. Yeah. And you know what? Like, most of the time, I always experience this when I was I was working as an OFW. There is no day that, like, not no day. Like, there's always a day that I'm so tired of waking up.
Kind of like depression.
When I wake up, like, oh my goodness, like, I pray hard. I really pray hard that, Lord, please guide me today because I don't want any more problem with my employers and colleagues. Please guide me and give me wisdom and strength and patience. Like, even if, like, you are in a desperate mood, you are so embarrassed by the situation because everybody is looking at you and, and then you still have the confidence to turn around and have a deep breath, exhale and say, God, please help me. I know everything will be all right. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, I always pray like, God, this is not the life that I want. Like, every day, I'm so, like, depressed. And even if it's just in my mind, yeah. But I feel that when I'm alone. But when I was outside working, like, I'm so happy with my face, smiling face, like, but my heart is just smile, though your heart is aching. Yeah, and then you're always think about, oh God, please help me and guide me not to commit mistake again or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they always say, you don't have common sense. Yeah.
She tells me that a lot. You tell me that a lot.
But I said, we have common sense. Not say, you don't have common sense, Mahal. I never say that.
Sometimes.
No, never. I don't remember saying that you don't have common sense.
Well,
I say sometimes.
It's phrased in the way of saying, you should have common sense. So I take it that same thing. Anyhow, yeah, the thought was on my mind. Like, what do you do when you're in a desperate situation? And because it's been on my mind for about a week or so, just pray. Don't give up on praying. And let your faith increase to really call upon God, because I think it really does make a difference. I was thinking in my own life when I had some real serious situation, I would just call up and cry out to God. Like the psalmist said, I cried unto the Lord and he heard me and answered my prayer. And that's what you got to do, You with all your heart, cry unto God, and He'll help you. Right? He helped Filipina, help me. Is there any one situation you want to talk about where you cried unto the Lord and He heard you and answered your prayer?
Yes. Yeah, my last work, like even if I got terminated, it was an answered prayer. Yes. Because I really to quit my job. And then I don't have guts to quit. So I keep praying, and I say, I know they really need this job more than me. Yeah. And then I know I can still find a better job. I know that God has a plan for me. I know, Lord, you always have big plans for me. So I am wholeheartedly praying that if they're going to terminate me, it's fine. So when they terminated me, it's, I'm happy. Yeah, that I get out in that situation, because if um if I still continue working in that kind of environment, I don't have happiness. I really don't have happiness. It seems like the motivation is just all about money. Yeah.
So you attribute your rescue as such because of prayer?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rescued out of a situation because of prayer. That was the same with me, like what I was going through at the time too. It's just
Like, you know what? It's like this. Since we are three housemates in the family, and I talked to the newest housemate. Like, well, for me, I'm pretty ready to, if they're going to terminate me. And then that day, like, it's morning. Yeah, it's a morning. And then I say that in the morning. And then I went out because it's my day off, and buy a luggage. And then the next morning, they terminate me. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't even say that to my employer, but it seems like that helper helped me to terminate me, because I just say it to her uh that morning, and then the next morning they terminate me.
So
Saturday I told her that I'm it's okay if they're going to terminate me.
So
So I
how-
just bought my luggage.
how was your answer to prayer and all that? Like how did the answer come?
No, because prior to that I keep praying that I really want to quit my job, but I can't do it.
Ah.
Yes.
So it was an internal struggle
Yeah.
too with work,
Yeah.
and you just couldn't get around,
Mm-mm.
couldn't bring yourself to do it. So God
Yes.
made it possible, made things work out too. Right?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
So that's the point. You're going through something tough, something rough, difficult situation. Some people just say my thoughts and prayers are with you. It's kind of a
So-
saying sometimes, but really pray. Just
Yeah. The fact
know
that
God.
I was not belong to the family anymore, because imagine I was talking to her that morning, and then the following morning, like Saturday morning, I was talking to her like that, and then I bought my luggage, and then I prepare my stuff already, and then that morning, it's Sunday, I got terminated. Mm.
Wow.
So
God-
they're talking to me behind my back. They're all planned everything.
Yeah, but God helped you through your situation.
Yeah.
Gave you a desire, because that's another scripture. God will give you the desires of your heart. One of your desires is to get out of that situation, right? So God answered your prayer, got you out of that situation.
And if you're not happy in your environment, you always make mistakes because you're not focused already in
That's
your job.
true. Yeah.
Yes. And everything, like, seems like a worst day. Every day, worst day. Yeah. Like, that family, I had an anxiety, depression. Yeah, it's not really healthy anymore.
So, what was your prayer? Like, if you were to sum it up, like, what was your prayer at that time?
My prayer is like, I know I'm willing to quit this job, and help me and guide me, because I know that, my colleagues needs this job more than me, or something like that. And I know you have so much plan for me, and you have big plans for me, Lord. Just guide me. Yeah.
That's a good prayer. See, bit of an example from her life, and even an example of how to pray. So if you're going through that tough situation, our words, it's not just a saying, pray. It's the truth. Pray just with all your heart. Cry unto God the Father, through Jesus Christ the Son, knowing the Holy Spirit is there with you, and believe that God is hearing you, because He said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. That's what God said in His Word. Now, He reminded me of that just this morning. I was sitting on our couch, and I felt like God saying, I will never leave you nor forsake you. He's always with you, right there. You just pray and tell Him your needs and even your desires, because He said He'll give you the desire
Yes.
of your heart.
Yeah,
And
that's
what she
always
said.
my desire. Like, like when you are in a frustrated situation, like when you pray, you cry. Yeah. I remember when every time I pray for my work, I always cry.
And it's your heart.
Because it's because like why there's because I always have this question. I saw a lot of confession that some housemaid, they have a good employer, but they just didn't appreciate their employer. They end up stealing their employer's money and jewelry or something like that there, and everything is there. And then sometimes I ask myself, why not me? Why I cannot find a good employer? Yeah, something. So that's also like I've been into 4 countries, and I always think like I think um this is not my call. Something like that. I want more. I want something big.
So, again, it happens. He got her through that situation because of prayer, and my own situation as well. If you're going through your situation, whatever your situation is, truly just cry out to God, pray, and believe, because God will help you. So don't give up. Pray, pray, pray.
Have faith.
And God bless you.
God bless everyone.